Indy was built for big events.
It is the ecosystem of sports. So many great organizations, so many great sports teams, so much passion for sports lives here.
Well, Indy's latest big score in the business of sports, hosting the inaugural TEDSports Conference, which drew hundreds of leaders in sports, ranging from the WWE to the move to play sports in outer space. Sports industries from all over the globe coming to Indianapolis, and for more on this TEDSports event, the first one, potential economic impact, joined now by Indiana Sports Corporation President Patrick Talty. As always, Patrick, great to see you.
Oh, thank you for having me.
I think a lot of people have heard of TED, the TED Talks, most visibly from that organization. TEDSports is a new venture from the group.
Yes.
This is the first TEDSports they've done. Tell us all about it.
Yeah, this is the first time they've ever had a sports vertical that totally focused on sports. And when we heard that they were thinking about doing a vertical in sports, we said there's no better place than Indianapolis to host the first ever TEDSports.
So you and others went down and actually pitched this and convinced them to do it.
Yeah, we did. We took a trip down to Atlanta and saw TED Next, one of their other products, and met with their president and CEO and their COO, Monique Ruff-Bell, who's here in Indy. And she's been a big champion of the sports, and she was a huge champion of Indianapolis and really was all in when we told them why Indy.
So many aspects to this, so many different unique speakers, again, from around the globe. Give us kind of a snapshot of what attendees experienced.
You know, what's amazing about TED that people don't realize is that you have the TED speeches that you see online, but there's that's really only 5 sessions that happen. It's all of the other immersive things that happen around. Yesterday, people were out at the Speedway competing in a pit stop challenge with Arrow McLaren. We had people kicking field goals at Lucas Oil Stadium. They're shooting free throws at Hinkle Fieldhouse. And then they have dine-arounds where there's curated dinners that they get to experience and be with others that are talking about topics that they're interested in.
NCAA President Charlie Baker, I know,
Yep.
gave a talk, so some interesting and relevant content as well.
Yes, I mean, the content has been unbelievable, from Charlie Baker speaking about the future of college sports and challenging people to think about youth sports and how that changes leadership moving forward, to talking about women's sports, to talking about how do we make sure that we protect athletes in the social media sphere and moving forward.
Let's talk about why this is important to Indianapolis from an economic standpoint and otherwise. This is one of the pillars that the Indiana Sports Corporation, its vision for 2050, came up with, is to host big-time, high-profile events like this, discussions, being in the global sports discussion.
That's right. When we unveiled the 2050 vision, one of the things that we said was we really need to have a conference that brings the pillars together and have people, thought leaders, talking about what's the future of sport. Because if you're going to be the global epicenter of sport, there needs to be thinking and thought leaders talking and discussing and figuring out the next version of sports in Indianapolis.
So this exposed some of these really high-profile people. If they hadn't been here before, exposed them to what Indianapolis is about when it comes to sports.
Yes. I can't tell you how many people have come up to me today and said, I've not been in Indianapolis before. This is my first time. It is unbelievable. They talk about Hoosier hospitality. Of course, we've had great weather, which is, we always seem to be able to dial that up. And they experienced a fever game. Some of them came to the Colts game. They've been in Gamebridge Fieldhouse. They've been out to the track. So it's just been incredible.
And quickly, one of those pillars, too, is Indiana becoming the epicenter for women's sports. And we've seen so many aspects of that. WNBA All-Star Game, the new $78 million Fever training facility. A lot of things already happening in that vein.
Yeah, Marvella actually was talked about as a TED Talk here this morning.
Indiana,
Northwest Indiana, unbelievable project focusing on girls in sport. And then, of course, we also had the announcement of the IU Labs focusing on, research in women's health and wellness and recovery. It's just so much is happening. And it's just great how we're just moving that forward, that discussion. And actually, Troy Vincent from the NFL talked about flag football and how that is an access for a sport that was shut down to girls for many years, and now it's going to be an Olympic sport.
TEDSports, another big win for Indianapolis. Patrick Talty, as always, thank you.
Thank you so much.